The first wash is just about dry. I'm just going to make sure by using the hairdryer on it. It needs to be nice and flat and dry. Okay. Now I'm going to paint the negative shapes. I'm going to bring out the leaves and the petals by painting around them, by painting negatively around them. There are quite a lot of dark, big gaps where the darks are. So I'm going to put in a few more leaves at this stage, which try and position them so they fall naturally, so they look as though they're growing leaves. And don't make them too small. They've got to underlap the leaves that are already there. But they've got to be the same size. Don't make them go all tiny. Okay, I'm going to use a dark mix for this, partly the green that I've mixed and partly the dark mix. And you have to use a nice dark tone to bring out these leaves. So something like that. That's an area of dark there. I need another brush now, because in order for these areas to look natural, as though it's a background with more leaves growing in the background, I'm going to drop in some lighter colours. Let's bring this petal out. You can often drop some water in first and then deliver the dark in there, then it'll spread naturally. There we are. Okay, I can let just put a little bit of water there and leave that alone for the time being, so there's not a line there, because I want to go over to the other side of the painting now. Let's bring this leaf out here. Look, you need lots of colour on your brush and lots of water. You can see the amount of water I've got on the brush there. It just helps the colour to spread. You can see the background wash glowing through that dark there, can't you? The yellow's glowing through, which is nice. Keeps it from looking too flat. Now I need to drop in some other colours in here now, because it'll risk starting to look too flat in the background if I don't do that. Okay, this area here, I'm going to wet the whole of that area with a big brush, and then just drop in some colours fairly randomly in there. Yeah, that stalk. Let's just put a little bit of the pink in there as well to keep that unity going. These are quite large areas of dark that I've got here, but if I don't go too dark with this negative painting, I can find more leaves in the background by putting an even darker tone around them, which I will do later on. in this large area in the background up here, I'm going to take my big brush and put some clean water down over the whole area. The main point here is to bring out these petals against the background. So I'm just going to lay some really dark colour right up close to the petals and then let it blend out into this water that I'm laying down. Bit too much water there, so I'm letting that go off the painting there. Just mixing up some dark here to put right up close to this, to these petals. You see how the paint's spreading out? And then a sort of weaving action out towards the edge of the painting. See, I'm using a huge brush here, by accident really, but it's got a good point, so it'll work okay. You do have to work quite quickly with these backgrounds, it's true. All part of the excitement. Okay, I'm going to lift the board now and let that run off towards the edge of the painting. And it'll make its own interesting patterns and shapes. Just this area here to finish off. I want to bring out these leaves and the petals here, so it's important to I'm happy with that now. I'm going to let that dry.